My 4-year-old daughter Maya started talking about Uncle Steve. I figured it was just a typical kid thing, an imaginary friend to keep her company while I was pulling double shifts at the hospital. My wife, Alina, was a freelance graphic designer who worked from our home office, and she always said Maya had a vivid imagination. But then the details got weirdly specific. Maya told me how Uncle Steve loved the blue Gatorade in the back of the fridge. She talked about how he was really good at the racing games on my console. One Saturday morning, while I was making eggs, she looked at the empty chair and said, "Uncle Steve says you're burning the toast, Daddy." I laughed it off, but my gut was starting to twist. Alina just rolled her eyes and said, "She probably heard me talking about a client, Mark. You're being paranoid." The imaginary friend phase usually ends, but Maya's stories kept growing. She talked about the secret naps Alina and Steve took in the afternoon, and how Steve always hid in the guest room whenever my car pulled into the driveway. Last Tuesday, I decided to come home 3 hours early. I told Alina I had a staff meeting, but instead I parked 2 blocks away and walked to our house. I didn't see a strange car, but when I let myself in through the back door, the house smelled like expensive cologne. I walked into the living room and found Maya sitting on the floor, playing with her blocks. She looked up at me and whispered, "Daddy, you're early. Uncle Steve is under the bed." I felt the air leave my lungs. I walked into our bedroom, and there he was, my neighbor from 3 doors down, Steve, clutching his shoes and looking like he wanted to vanish into the floorboards. Elena was standing by the window, her face completely white. "It's not what it looks like," she started, but the lie died in her throat. They hadn't just been having an affair. They had been playing family in my house, using my furniture, drinking my Gatorade, while I was out earning the mortgage. They thought a 4-year-old wouldn't understand, but Maya saw everything. During the custody hearing, Elena's lawyer tried to claim I was emotionally distant because of my work hours, but then the guardian ad litem spoke to Maya. When the judge asked her who took care of her, Maya didn't hesitate. She looked at me and said, "Daddy works hard so I can have toys. The other man just hides." Sometimes the smallest person in the room is the only one telling the truth.